Hello friends, today I am explain Playing with Dolls Part 1 horror movie. I hope you like it. Let's go now. Without further delay. The film began with a sign that said it was forbidden to cross this area. If anyone tries to go there, they will be shot. There was a police officer who had come to investigate the place and wanted to go inside, but the guard present there stopped him, which led to a fight between the two. Then we see that the person being chased by a serial killer was wearing a mask with stars on it and had a hammer in his hand, with which he attacks his victims. The girl could not run away any further. The serial killer turned on her and grabbed her and tied her to her stomach. Out of fear, the girl started screaming. The officer heard her screaming. The officer, who was fighting with the guard, asked the guard what kind of sound that was. The guard did not respond to him. The two started fighting. Then the officer had a gun left in his hand. He fired his bullet at the guard and the guard died on the spot. The other guard also heard the sound of the gunshot, which is why he became alert. He immediately called his boss and told him that he thought someone had entered our area. Then, the officer saw the guard from a distance and killed him from there. Now we were shown the kiss of this guard, who was a very rich man and was sitting in a dark room watching all the deaths of his girl. That is why this owner, this rich man, is called a film watcher. There were cameras everywhere in the forest so that the watcher could see everything. We, the killer, cut the girl's chest with a knife, which caused her to bleed very easily, which the killer collected with him. The boy's condition was very bad, after which he inserted a rod into her stomach and finally killed her. Now we see a girl named Sunday, who was sitting in a place in her house and looked very worried because he was unemployed. His wife had fired him from his job because his wife had no doubt that they should check each other in the beginning. Due to his departure, Cindy did not have a single penny, so he sold all the belongings of his house to him. His entire house was empty, but now she was drowning in debt. She goes to her office to ask for money from her wife, but whenever she reaches there, her wife starts scolding her as soon as she sees her and says, "Go away from here, I will not give you a single rupee." Then her husband, Cindy's wife, who tells his wife that you are misunderstanding, there is no such thing and life is not a mistake at all, gets angry at her too. She says, when you do something, don't talk in the middle, which she tells Cindy from here too. Even after returning home, she was quite sad, but then the doorbell rings. When she opened the door, there was no one there, but there was the gift box was lying there. She picks up the box and takes it inside. Then a lawyer calls her. She offers Sunday a job. She says that your job is in a deserted place far from shore. Yes, you will have to accept the house of a rich man. Are you ready for it? That day too, she was very happy with this offer. She immediately says yes. She tells her that in this box are the keys to the car that is parked outside your house. So, you drive this car and go to our location, that is, our place. Cindy sits in the car and leaves from there. When she went a little further, she did not even think about which direction I should go. There was a man standing there, whom she starts asking about their location. The man tells her to show her the same location, but at the same time he also asks if you are alone. Sunday gets scared, so she lies and says no, I am not alone. My husband is with me. They have also come, but that car is also sleeping. He started looking at it with such great attention. Then Indy ran from there and came to her car and reached the address given by the man. This place was a completely black house which was very old and dilapidated. Now Cindy was scared to give the place, but because of money she had to do the job. Now we see that all those cameras are keeping an eye on Cindy's every move. That rich man is Amy Watcher, who has been keeping an eye on her. After this, Lohar arrives here and takes Cindy with him to the original location, which was once a beautiful group. Cindy gets very happy to see this. The lawyer tells her that this house belongs to an old man who is very rich. He comes here sometimes because he lives outside the country. So from today you have to take care of this house. But yes, this house has neither a phone, internet, will you have to spend the entire stay without it. In addition, there are cameras installed in this entire house, all of which are turned off because they are only turned on when the landlord comes here. After telling all these things, the liar starts to leave from there. Santa also comes to the door to say goodbye to her, but only then do we see the serial killer behind her because she is also completely trapped here and he is their next prey. After her departure, the rich man, that is, the one who was keeping an eye on her through the watching cameras. At night, she opens the wardrobe with slaps, which had many expensive and nice clothes inside, and a serial killer was sitting on top of the wardrobe, who was constantly watching her. Cindy puts on all the clothes one by one. She was watching her do this. When she went to take a bath, the killer picked up her liquor bottle and kept it outside the room where he found it. She was quite surprised, thinking, "Who brought this bottle here?" Then the killer also came here. I was watching him secretly because he wanted to kill her. He said, "Stop, don't kill him." The killer said, "No, I will stay dead," which is what they call a fugitive. Then it's okay. If you kill him now, I will put you in jail again. Hearing this, Kader had to stop and he left the house. The next morning, when Cindy woke up, when she came out of the house, she found the body of a dead animal in front of her. It was not the killer who had kept it there to scare her. Then we see that this killer has made his hideout near a tree. Yes, he had tied up the body parts of dead people, such as a severed hand, a severed foot, and a severed leg. The Watcher also had some bottles on which he had written the names of his hunters, one of which was Cindy's, but his bottle was still empty, while the names of the other hunters who had been killed were kept inside these bottles, which will help us understand that the Watcher is a criminal in a story who got a serial killer released from prison so that he could kill people and bring the body parts to the Watcher in a book, and he could earn a lot of money by selling these body parts. Now at night, when Cindy was sleeping, he secretly went to her room and started to stroke her body, but after a while, the egg's eyes opened. When she came down, she wanted to go out of the house, but all the doors were locked. Then she sees that there is a doll lying on the ground. Cindy picks it up and puts it on top. But when she goes outside to look, when she comes back, the doll is lying on the ground again. Now she feels a little strange seeing this, but she thinks that maybe I have drunk too much alcohol, so I am seeing all this because of intoxication. That is why they go to their room and immediately fall asleep. The next day, when she is taking a bath, he is standing far away and watching her. But then a police officer also comes here, who is not really dead, just injured. He asks Cindy at gunpoint, "Who else lives in this house besides you?" She says in fear, "No one. I live here all alone." Now the officer was so injured that he regains consciousness right there. Cindy brings him inside the house and bandages him. Then when the officer regains consciousness, he tells him that he has actually come here to investigate because I got this news. There is a soldier here who is killing people, especially girls. When the officer sees the strange thing, he sends his people to kill him. Officer Sunday tells him that at this time I am after the serial killer. He is the most dangerous crazy killer in the world, who has been released from prison. Now because he has been released, he is killing people one after another and here I am to stop him. Now after hearing these words of his, she gets very scared. Then he asks Cindy, "Where is my jacket?" She replies that I put it in the washing machine to wash it. Hearing this, the officer quickly takes his jacket because there was a bug in it. Someone called and he puts it outside so that it can dry. In such a short time, the people of Watcher also reached here. To kill Kim, she keeps firing blindly. The leader had also arrived there. The officer doesn't stop either. He takes them out of his house and kills them one by one, while the killer follows Sunday. Sunday gets scared and runs away immediately. She throws the bomb at the killer. Wow, it explodes, hitting the killer and the egg. She immediately becomes unconscious. Now the Watcher sees that the officer has killed all my companions and that he can reach me too, who has started gathering all his belongings to escape from there. Where did he catch the Sunday? He picks it up and takes it with him. He lays it upside down on the tree because he was going to insert a thick piece of wood into it. Before he could do so, he wounds it at the right time. He hears the sound of a bullet. Before he could do that, the officer arrived at the right time and shot him from a distance, injuring him. Hearing the sound of the gunshot, Cindy got up and started running away. She moved a little further. When she saw a car parked there, she started asking for help from the man sitting inside. Now it was none other than Wad. He told her not to worry, now you have not seen the footman at all. That's why she believed him and immediately got into the car. Water took her away from there. Now it turned out that Water was a criminal who liked seeing people kill and die. That's why those innocent girls liked him who wanted money. Obviously, because of the money, the girls agreed when these people made them their victims. After that, we are shown where Cindy was also killed, but because of this accident, the police attacked there, so Water and the child had to leave their place and go somewhere else, and they moved to their new place and started their own business. While doing this work and looking for the next victim, a girl also meets them who was going to be their next victim who had come here for a walk. Even then he rushes here and grabs her and cuts off one of her hands with his weapon. Now, obviously, because of the pain, the girl screamed loudly. Seeing this, she was forced to close her mouth with a big biryani, which was used to kill the poor thing. And seeing who this person was, the Fujr was very happy because it was very painful. He also brought her body to the stomach where he had kept the rest of the bodies.